Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome back to another episode of the Flex and KG show. Tell them, turn up the bomb. Turn up the bomb. Oh yes. Yes. Brother, KG, now listen, we've basically had to, do the proper news thing and we haven't really, me and you, got the chance to just let off, yeah? Because I know how excited you are about Mbeumo.
Mbeumo, bro.
I know this. I know. We got to talk about Gonzalo Ramos as well.
Yeah.
Apparently he's been offered to us. I want to know how you feel about that as well. I want to know how you guys feel about that as well. Got Mbeumo, mate. Yeah, gonna Mbeumo, mate. Listen, mate. Just to let you guys know, we're gonna end up being. Let me not swear this early in the video. Yes. We're gonna be maybe annoying this. Yeah, I don't know. You know.
We're gonna, bro. I'm telling you right now. I've actually got a video for you. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
You've been doing up bare comps today, man. Why are you?
Hold
on, you know these men are good. Why are you only doing the comps now?
United, we're talking about. This is Man United. We're talking about.
This is Manchester United 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 we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here. This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
And this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United.
Wait, this much people have said this, Bro, I saw that video. I just didn't watch it for that long because I saw like the first 5 of them and I was like,
I watched all of it. And you have to understand, this is Manchester United we're talking about. This is the biggest club. That's it. This is the biggest club. We're the biggest, Fleck. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's not our fault. It's nothing to, like, what do we want to do? Like, the fact that that's a phrase, yeah, this is Manchester United we're talking about. And that's gone through the ages, bro.
No, but it's the phrase because we're rubbish, though. It's the phrase because
it's because
most of that has been because we're shit. And it's like,
listen, what you're not going to do today is try to shit on this parade. They understand that this is how this, when you say this is Man United, there's an understanding of what this club should be doing and who they are. As in, you don't say this is Arsenal I'm talking about. This is Liverpool I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. If they're shit or if it doesn't work, no one really cares. This is Manchester United we're talking about. Why? Because
stop adding more in. Stop adding more of them in, man.
Hated on, never ignored.
It's facts, bro. It's facts. I was in TalkSport today. Shout out my producer Jeremy, and he was like, he's always like, he's a wicked Irishman. He's always just like, he's like Roy Keane, yeah. Just never wants to big up whatever's going on. Always tells me you're just gonna ruin everyone. You can't get out of this. Just doesn't want to see any joy. So I knew like these two. Like, I know he rates these two men. So I'm like, what's he gonna be on? I've gone, Jeremy. I mean, we're gonna be back. Like, you do understand this, don't you? And he's like, what are they doing going to you, mate? Like, what? Like, do you see what I'm saying? They just moved the thing. You've just moved the goalpost because if Newcastle United has signed Brian and Mbeumo, yeah, all these man would have been, all of them, all these guys, yeah, would have been. Tell you what, mate. Wait a minute. Newcastle could push for the title next year. You know, tell you what, you get Jacob Murphy out there. You put in Mbeumo, yeah, put in Mbeumo, and you got Isak, and then you got. Wait a minute with Joe Linton and Tonali. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They'll go far in the Champions League. Wait a minute. Then Man United have entered the chat. Oh, no, no. Why are you flexing? Because you're getting a man from Brentford. It's turned into.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, I heard hypothetical chats of if
this is Manchester United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
Shout out Cundy. That one's Cundy. That's definitely Cundy.
Cundy, bro.
And what I don't understand is, like I said, all the Newcastle fans as well. There's a
They need
lot
to
of
get a life. They need
even
to get
Villa
a break.
fans.
They
They're
need to get a
crying
break.
about PSR. You're the richest team in the whole land, mate.
They're
Yeah,
crying.
Not our-
They're crying in their cars. Oh, Newcastle.
and the only reason it's not our fault,
Yeah.
that your club don't make that much money. That's not our fault. We haven't. They're like, Man United have bent the rules. No, we haven't.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean? We're just fucking massive, mate.
Oh my God!
We haven't bent the rules. We're just a big deal.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
I saw this Newcastle fan saying Man United is the first fixture he checks for when the fixture list comes out. And I thought, why? I said, hold on. Wait, you look for us. That's meant you're the last name on the just imagine if you check the fixtures. When's Liverpool? When's Arsenal? Oh, when's Chelsea? Wait, no, when's Man City? When's Liverpool? When's Arsenal? When's Man City? When's Chelsea? Maybe Spurs. I've never looked for Newcastle. I've never gone, oh, when's that Newcastle game?
No. In recent years, all we've done is because obviously they're better than us now. So all we've done is gone, we only played them, probably get licks away, probably.
But we never looked
it's not like, earmark that. Let me highlight.
Earmark the fixture.
Yeah, no.
Get out.
It's not that. It's not that. And it's weird because, like I said, they just, what they've been doing is saying, well, don't want Mbeumo anyway if that's the type of choices he makes. Didn't want him anyway. If he makes those type of choices, he's obviously a bad decision maker. So obviously not who we thought he was. No,
I can't.
I
honestly,
people. Well, I don't understand why people can't fathom that players want to play for Man United, even though just because they're that low. It's because they've convinced themselves that look. People are trying to say, some Arsenal they're another lot. Arsenal.
They're giving it.
If
we do this flex.
Impossible. I'm shutting down the channel. I'm shutting down the channel if we do that. If we do that, we've got to shut down the channel. Day of reckoning.
Gotham's reckoning. Depending on that man. Gotham's reckoning. I was born in it. I was born in it.
If we do that one, the internet will break. The internet would.
No, we're not going to do that one. We're not going to do that one.
The internet would break, bro. The internet would not even be able to manage because
they're getting Benjamin Sesko, man. Anyway,
bro, no, but they would change. You have to understand, a move like that really changes how you have to look at this club because it's not the same team you saw last season. It's a different team. Even now, with these two players, bro, let's forget about because the haters are gonna hate. That's what they're meant to do. Cunha and Mbeumo, I haven't watched a single Cunha comp. Yesterday, I was up till God knows what time.
Why do you do this? Why do you do this?
Bro, no, I watched Mbeumo because it's the player I wanted. So I was watching Mbeumo, I watched that man Dave do a breakdown of how he fits into Man United.
Yeah, shout out.
Bro, I sat down, and I was like, I can't believe what we've done. We ain't done it yet. When it happens, hopefully nothing goes wrong. But he's a Man United fan, apparently. If this move happens, brother, those 2 10s are serious. Mbeumo, Cunha, Ahmad, and then my man said he's staying. I've been wrong about everything.
Breaking news.
I'm not
Bruno
ready for
Fernandes.
breaking news.
No, it's just confirmation. It's not you won't fall off your chair. But as we thought, Bruno will be talking to has been talking to the media where he was due to talk to media on international duty. Here is what he's just said 24 seconds ago. Bruno Fernandes confirms direct contact with Al Hilal president Farhad bin Nafel and that Man United would have sold him if he'd asked to leave. There was an opportunity with Al Hilal. The president called me and asked me if I wanted to go. They were waiting for me to answer. I spoke to the coach, Ruben Amorim. He asked me not to go. Manchester United didn't want to sell me and they don't need the money. But if I had wanted to leave, they would have made it happen.
Oh my God, Bruno! Nah, he's a real.
Hold on,
man.
wait a minute. There was an opportunity to go. There was an opportunity with Al Hilal.
The president.
The president called me and asked if I wanted to go. They were waiting for me to answer. I spoke to the coach, Ruben Amorim. He asked me not to go. Manchester, no, because the coach he's talking about is
Rubes.
Yeah. They were waiting for me to answer, so he spoke to Ruben. Ruben asked me not to go. Man United didn't want to sell me. Now, this is the line where people can go, they're gassing us up, stop lying, don't believe them. And they don't need the money. Manchester United didn't want to sell me, and they don't need the money. But if I wanted to leave, they would have made it happen. Now we have to be careful because it's in the media. It's in the media, you know.
Don't be careful, bro. Stop telling me to have to be calm, bro.
No. I don't. Well, there's reason. Like, oh, there's more. Hold on, wait a minute.
There's more.
Oh, wait a minute. It's more than goal 2024 on the floor. Hold on, wait a minute. What else does he say? Bruno Fernandes on Man United season. Our season was very tough. We weren't able to achieve our goals. That's a negative. I love being here with the national team now. I'm always happy here. I hope we can reach the final. Yeah, but where's more? Where's more, mate?
Thank God.
Where's more? I'll keep an eye on it as it comes through.
Bro,
right. Anyway, no, the reason why I'm saying, keep calm or like just chill is because that bit where he says, and United said we don't need the money. You know?
We don't need that kind of money. No, we don't.
In order to do what we want to do.
You money. No, we don't need. We don't need selling you money. You have to understand the statement. We need money. We don't need you leaving the club money.
Yeah, that doesn't have to happen for us to buy.
I don't want you to leave. I want them to leave, but we don't need the money to get rid of you. You're that important to us. That's what they're saying. It's not saying. Basically, the club has just reaffirmed he's an important player, and they're backing the manager. If you ask the board what they really wanted to do, would they take in Bruno money? Absolutely. Ruben did not want to get rid of this player. As you're hearing, how many times did Ruben say, I want him to stay? I want him to stay. Big part of my plans. Privately and publicly, the manager's spoken about this guy. Listen, it's not Bruno's fault, that the man, we've fallen into this situation. He loves the club. He wants to stay. It's simple. I think people getting upset about Bruno wanting to stay, it's a bit crazy. That's like, because we'll get mad when a player wants to jump ship and leave. Are you with me? It's only now we're in a...
No, but those people wouldn't accustom because they want him to leave.
No, I'm talking about when a good player wants to leave to go and better himself. You see how Trent wants to leave to go and... End of the day, he wants a new opportunity. This guy is playing out. If he handed in a transfer request and said, I want to leave, how would we feel about that? We felt a way about Wayne Rooney wanting to do that. When Rio thought about leaving, we felt a way. People came to visit him. You're telling me now we're flipping it and saying, please leave us so we can sort out our financial. That's not his issue, bro. Really. That's not his issue. It's like when we try to sort out it's not Bruno's issue about the club.
No, Bruno's thing is if I want to go and get 700 bags a week or not right now in my career, do I want to do that? That's all he had to. It's not his down to him. He doesn't have to sacrifice himself. You say sacrifice 700 bag a week plus add-ons. He doesn't have to do that like for the good of the club. It's what he wants. But like he said, Bruno said if he will leave if it benefits the club. I don't really see it as that. I think he's got the same. What's weird about what he said is he's got the same assurances now as he always has. When Real Madrid came knocking or whatever, Ruben was saying in the flipping presser, I've told him he's not going Real Madrid. He needs to be here. I've told, like, Man United's stance has always been they want to see him. I'm trying to see the other quotes. What other quotes are there, guys? Where's these other quotes? Someone put them in the chat because I can only see.
Yeah, just write the quotes. They'll do that. Don't worry about it. They'll write. Someone will copy and paste it in the chat.
Yeah, but reliable sources.
As you're saying, bro, like people harking onto this thing about he said something about Europe he wants to play in Europe. That's the big deal. So he's still asking for a move.
He's waiting for
from
like
another-
Bayern to come or something. You know,
Shut up.
that's not gonna happen.
Come on, guys. He's not waiting for a big European team, bro. The man is happy at Man United. That's it. He could have he could have gone and made mad money, and been fine in Saudi. He turned it down. You can't even break down loyalty, bro. He turned down super bread, not even normal bread. Super bread,
generational bread.
Don't tell me about like
he's not captain material.
He's not. This loyal. That is as loyal as it gets, bro.
In our shittest form.
That is as loyal
been in.
as it gets, bro. I'm going. I'm letting you know, Flex. I'm going.
Wait, so what if United views is down bad? Like
Flex,
we've got no
Flex.
we can't buy no views, no one's
Flex,
locking
you
in
can't
nothing.
anything. Flex,
You're
you
like,
can't do
rah,
anything.
man.
Flex, but Al Hilal View came and hit me up.
Yeah, Al Hilal View just came to you, bro, and said, "Do you?" No, but I'm Ruben. I'm like, KJ, I don't want to leave.
I talk about my family. Yeah, I say, sorry, big up Flex. Then I say,
we don't need that type of money.
I'm going to talk about it with my family, and I'll come back to you. I talk to Ennie and say, Ennie, listen.
Do you want everything you want?
I say, Ens, let me be real. Your part in this is not going to be massive in this discussion. The family's moving. Then I talk to my wife. My wife would have said, babes, I can't do this.
Why are you still talking to me? Why are you still talking to me? Why are you still asking me?
I'm dipping. So you can't tell, because it's great money. And a lot of people are dipping. A lot of people are going for that kind of money. And it just goes to show you that Bruno, in the club's worst time, is put the club, he put his love for the club first while his family's really comfortable and said, I'm staying. And there's no two ways you can look at that and cuss him out for it or say, nah, he's still just waiting for another. It was a great offer that needed attention. And I gave it my attention and I still chose United.
I said no.
I don't think there's an issue in that.
No, I agree. Super chats are coming in. Shout out Ishmael says, KG, just put the picture up. That one that just speaks for itself. We won't say it though. We're doing a madness. Don't piss me off. Akshay says, how fans can hate on Bruno is beyond me. He's one of the highest character players I've ever seen at United, and he's an incredible footballer. Love him. And Larry says, people underestimate how big Man United is. Onana has been shite, and he was getting mobbed wherever he went during the international break with Cameroon. It's different. Because of one suffering, we lose sight of that. Because of our suffering.
And I would have told him, I would have taken the money. But I can't sell a player that does not want to go.
I think that's what I was just about to say. That's what this is. There was no bid that Man United needed to consider because Bruno Fernandes didn't say yes. Now, what is interesting is in the media, and I was talking to Ben Jacobs about this, so check it out if you don't take my word for it. Ben Jacobs saying this as well. Like, there's a lot of rewriting that happens when something like this happens, so the journalists will go back and just sort of adjust the story or just, and also the narrative now that can be said in the media. He can say, didn't quite suit me or this, that, and the other. We may never know the exact reason of why this, that, and the third. He's basically saying the bid came, but he double checked with United, and they was like, no, we don't want to sell you this, that, and the other. But he's saying I was in control. If I would have said yes, they would have made it happen. But I believe that because if he would have said yes, we know Man United would have 100% yes because too good to turn down. It's too good to turn down. And for them to say, sorry, Bruno, we're not going to grant you your wish to leave because you're too valuable for us. No, they wouldn't have said that. They would have found a way to facilitate the move. And obviously, you've got a player who's literally said, I don't want to be here anymore. So you can't make him stay. But because he just didn't want to do it, and he's coupling that by also bigging up the club to say, club said they don't need that kind of money. They don't need the money. They don't need to sell me. So, look, we can't be naive because it's still Ineos. We have to wait and see how they're moving. But there's a lot of people, there's people vexed because the rebuild, they think that the rebuild of the squad is going to change. Let's discuss that. Is the rebuild of the squad going to change, or is there enough players that are able to be sold that can cover what Bruno was going to?
Are we going to blame Bruno for Ineos and the Glazers not putting money into the club so we can rebuild?
Of course not.
So what are we talking about? He's not to
No,
like
but
the
they're
rebuild can
saying-
rebuild. If they invest properly, they can still sell. They're still sellable assets. Bruno wasn't it's only that was a surprise offer. We wasn't selling Bruno. Let's say this Saudi thing never came out. Was he on the list to sell?
Yeah, they're not trying to shop him
No
around.
one said
Well,
that.
they said everyone's got their price, and the price would have been right for.
But
Bruno
no
because
one had Bruno. Remember they had a list of players, but no one had Bruno in there. I'm selling him at the end of the season. Before Saudi came in. I don't know. It wasn't me. I heard Casemiro's name. I heard Rashford's name. I heard Anthony's name. I didn't hear Bruno's name. That was a surprise thing that came out of nowhere. The rebuild, why can't it still happen? There's players that still need to go. Now, obviously, Jadon Sancho's come back. Anthony's back. These are the names of players that was on the books to be gone. And then all of a sudden, someone's shown you, look what you could have had, but the rebuild was still the rebuild. They still have work to do. Because that was a surprise offer because Salah decided to stay with Liverpool. They didn't want Bruno in originally. The original idea was Salah. The money was given.
Yeah, it's because the money's still there. They have to spend it. So they're
this
like,
is just money that's there. And they just said, let's try and give it to Bruno. So let's not now say, Bruno's gonna. It would have been brilliant. Like I was kind of hoping for the money when I wanted the money from Europa. Didn't win that. Yeah, Bruno gave us almost an option. When that situation came, I said, look, if the club want to sell me this, that, and the other, it was like the last couple of weeks of the season when we heard about this Bruno news. It didn't exist before. But the rebuild,
well, you say that, it did in last summer because he said it did. Bruno said I had an opportunity to leave last summer too, and he said no.
Yeah, but we don't. Was it just Saudi or was it another club? We don't know where it was going. We didn't know where it was going.
I believe that was Saudi as well. I believe
just Saudi.
Yeah, but then then there was the Bayern Munich thing, which kind of went away quick, and then he got a new contract. So look, I think there's been interest in Bruno, like you said, whether it's Saudi or maybe someone else. But the fact is Man United have always said they don't want to sell him. That's it. That's so for the people that are angry. I know people are saying Fab Bomber, but I think he's saying the same thing. He's just as per Bomber. Yeah. Bruno confirms. It's no Bomber there. So as per. He hasn't been on the menu to be sold, like you said. Everyone does have their price. If Big P's would have come through, there's no way where we ain't got no money and we need to rebuild the thing. Man United could have turned down 90, 100, 110 million.
And there was no bid.
They couldn't, but the bid never came. Man United have not had something at their table to turn down. But I'm just playing devil's advocate because we have to speak for all of the communities, like people saying different things. Like once people started to get their head into a place of he's going to take that, he's going to leave. I did. Well, you said it. You said he's gone.
I thought he was going.
Yesterday, he's gone. He's gone.
I thought he was going.
Yeah.
And I was ready for him to go.
So what happened is, like we do as football fans, there's two sides to it. There's the side of people, maybe like us, like me, you and I, that's like, boy, I wouldn't really choose to sell him, but if he says yes and that piece is there, we have to take it. We can't say no. Wicked player. He's the captain. I'd rather him stay, but that type of money, can't turn it down. That's one camp. That's our camp, yeah? There's another camp that says, and you don't hate the player. There's another camp that says, thank God, this bum's finally going to leave our football club. You know what I mean? That's the other side.
And I'm not in that camp.
Finally, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the other
camp.
side, though. I know you're not in that camp. We're in the camp, like I just said, of the thing of what I just said, yeah? The other camp is like, this guy's been losing the ball and stinking out the gaff for ages. I can't wait till we don't mask it with GA and he gets these goals and thing where he ain't the guy. And, we can use that 100 million to rebuild the thing. So what those people were doing was basically spending the money already. Yes, he's gone. I'm going to buy this, and this. And what's happened is he hasn't gone. And then now it's bred this sort of divided. Well, it was already divided because, there's different opinions on Bruno. Yeah. So it's crazy.
I don't think Bruno can do anything about how people feel about him.
Of course not. And he doesn't give a shit. But you know what we haven't allowed ourselves to think? And I said it earlier. I don't know what you think. The thing that like everything goes through Bruno, this is a chance to do things differently and wipe him out and play in a different way. But nobody's really talking about we're raising the level of the team and people who can actually look after the ball properly and create chances and score.
Yeah.
So therefore, I haven't really seen any of the people that are criticizing Bruno saying how rubbish he is. I haven't seen any of them go, well, he will have Mbeumo and Cunha there. So surely, if everything goes to plan, you know, sometimes our moves don't work out. We ruin players, la-di-da-di-da. But let's just think positive for a second. By buying those two, surely that would, you know, mask some of the things that Bruno's lessens the load and masks on him. I mean, yeah, exactly. I don't understand why that, but it hasn't happened because everyone's too angry.
How many goals are you potentially bringing in with Cunha?
Well, Mbeumo got 20 goals. Mbeumo got 20 goals this year.
Yeah,
just in the league.
Yeah,
and in the league, Cunha got 14, 15, maybe even more.
You know, so you're telling me you're potentially 15? Did he 15 goals in the Premier League?
He got 15 in the Prem, so you're bringing in 35 goals. Well, if they have them seasons, obviously.
Potentially, no, but I'm saying that's
potentially.
You're bringing in goals.
35. Yeah, and assists.
I don't understand what the issue is. Like, there's even if
I'll tell you what the issue is. The issue is that where's Bruno going to play, because he doesn't fit this system, is what people are saying. Some people are saying he can't play in that midfield two, and now you've bought 2 10s. So what's going to happen to him? How are you going to fit all these guys in? And Bruno's not going to work playing further back.
Is it not a good problem to have?
I agree. Strength in depth. How many times have we been? Ahmad got injured and we went,
look at our bench. Look at our bench. And then there's no one. There's just kids on the bench. What is the complaint? We've got too much now. We're 15th. We need it. Like, it don't make sense, bro. There's too much quality. And where's he going to be? I just don't want him in the team.
How's he going to play?
The manager. Let the manager do that. Like, that's on the manager. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the complaint. There's too much quality, and how's everyone gonna?
And no, but bro, let's be honest, bro. The complaint is that they think Bruno's rubbish. That's what it is.
Exactly.
And they think Bruno's rubbish. And listen, if you think that,
then nothing I can do. Yeah, of course. You hate Bruno. It is what it is. And there's no bits of PR that's going to make you feel that he's a great guy now for turning down the deal and this, that, and the other. The people that love Bruno are going to love Bruno. The people that hate him are going to continue to hate him. It's a bit weird, but then it is what it's your prerogative, how you want to feel about a player. I remember when Pogba was saying he wanted to leave, I was devastated every single time. Because I wanted him to stay. I didn't care about the money that a great team was going to give to us. I didn't want him to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? When it's a player that you care about, you don't want him to leave. Now, the only reason why I wanted to sell Bruno in this time is because I knew this team needs a serious shake-up. I knew it was nowhere near it. And I thought, this man's going to suffer here. Why not take the money? And I'm not going to begrudge you for going to Saudi. It's a great deal. You've tried your best at this club. And that time is done. I was okay. I was comfortable in that. This was going to be a good separation, personally, for me anyway. And he's decided that he wants to stay. It's like when Casemiro wanted to stay. What am I going to do? Say Casemiro out every single week? I said, he wants to honor his contract. I can't force him out of the club. Now, there's players, some people say, well, what about Rashford and Jadon and them, man? They don't want to play for us. If they wanted to play for us, that's a different conversation altogether. They don't want to. I don't want players here that don't want to play for the club. Simple.
Yeah. Red Baron says, money isn't everything, KG. Maybe he realizes living in Saudi isn't right for his family and he prefers being in Europe. Look at Elon Musk. He's a billionaire, yet miserable as fuck. Yeah, and yeah, he did deliberate with his family. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, but it's different things. They are coming from a position of complete richness already, and like, you know, now we can go there in a couple of years. Let's hang out here for a good. We're settled. Kids are good. Like, they're in schools. Let's just stay. We're not privy to them conversations. You know what I mean? He's already a multi-millionaire, Bruno. And let's be honest, he's not man just wears his little Travises every day, bro. You don't really. Do you know what I mean? He ain't really that. He's not. That man ain't splashing like that. He's like just a nice little conservative man, got mad bread. But I'm just generous. I'm cool. I'm not trying to get the 700. I don't need the 700 bags now. I can do that in 2-3 years. Lil Yo-Yo says the scholars are having a meltdown. Flex, can you advise them on how to survive this sad moment for them? Then their nemesis Bruno isn't leaving. Like KG said, I can't advise them. If you don't like Bruno Fernandes, and you wanted him to leave, you just got to get over it and lock in it. The same way how if you don't rate Ruben Amorim and you think that it's a stupid idea that he's still here, well, the club said he's not going anywhere and they're backing him as we've already got one man already. So just lock in. Fair play to Bradley. That's what Bradley's on. Bradley's like, I don't think he should be the manager. I weren't on that. But what am I going to do? Keep saying, like you said, Katie, what am I going to say? Ruben out every minute? Nah, I just got to lock in and hope he turn. And I hope I'm wrong.
I feel exactly the same about Ruben. I've said Ruben out, but I'm just like Bradley. Now he's going to get the
When?
Oh, you weren't there for the Europa.
You said, is that what you did?
Yeah. I was done. I was done, bro. It was after Joe's asking me on the show, and I was like, I need to sleep on it. Then after when he said, you can sack me. He said you can sack me, and I won't take any. What's that?
Compensation. You didn't want to
take me over the edge.
So you was like, fuck it. Like
I said, what's he saying now? Like it just pissed me off, bro. Then I just thought about how he played. I thought about his decisions. Everything pissed me off about.
It was criminal.
You know the Europa, yeah. Because remember, we didn't get to. That's it. Remember when I
weren't allowed. They said we're not allowed.
I can tell you how I felt. Like really, yeah. But then it was crazy. Now I'm in a stage where Ruben proved me wrong. I don't mind saying I was wrong about this thing. I've been wrong bare times. I thought everything that's happened since then.
You got no problem with being wrong. You don't give a shit about that.
I don't care. This is what I'm saying. Like,
that's not. If you think that KG's come into this realm to be like, oh, I'm going to be the guy that they just can't argue with.
Can't tell me
everything right because I get everything right. You don't know him. You don't know this man.
Yeah. Like Larry has an issue with me every week in, week out, and I told Larry like it is what it is, mate. Like I know there's things that Larry thinks that like he changes opinion as well. It is what it is. He just remembers everything I say.
Suben says fans need to trust Amorim. He wants and needs Bruno for a reason. He knows better than us fans. Without Bruno, United needs a new captain as well. And Timo says Bruno needed to stay deep and let the others do their. Oh right, okay, and let the others do their job. Don't carry on trying to be everywhere. And Ahmed, exactly. It might give more balance. Big up to you, Ahmed. Massive super chat, bro. $50. Big up to you, my guy. Crazy. Says, not going to lie, I had my moments hating on Bruno. Happy he's staying. The statement he made, in my opinion, has deeper underlying implications. Cunha and Mbeumo, Bruno staying. Now my ears have perked up. This can only mean there are more significant signings to come. And shout out to Harry. Harry says, can we please stop with this lose the ball myth? Bruno does not lose the ball more than any other midfielder. He is not even top 10. And shout out Riri says, flexing KG, the scholars already want to know where is he going to play, bro. They need to know. They need to fit it in. What's going to happen? Larry says, at the end of the day, we are all hypocrites. KG was upset when Casemiro said he didn't want to leave.
And then look,
but then he said, then he's like, then I have to just get on
with
it.
I got to force him and his family out of Manchester. Get on the plane, go and learn Arabic. No.
Now. The Manjakushina says studies show happiness in relation to money starts to level out after 75k. People angry with Bruno confuse me. Family, happiness, and health above all. And Larry says, KG, we can talk more in the stream later for the tacticos. If Bruno is staying, he starts. I expect Cunha and Mbeumo to start in the 10s. We need a 6 to partner with Bruno. And I don't think we have that profile. And I've been saying that one. The 6 is important. The 6 is important.
I know nothing about football.
Yes, you do. What do you mean?
No, I feel like a guts, yeah. If his simple role is to pass it to Ahmad, this is his people that he can pass to. Wait, hold on. Hear me out.
All right. I'm going to hear you out and then I'm going to go.
Agati, yeah? This is what he's surrounded with, yeah? He's the one that can't play football that great, yeah, apparently, yeah? So he can either pass backwards to Yoro, Aiden Heaven, or Licha, yeah? Or he can pass to Bruno next to him. Or he can pass to Mbeumo. Or he can pass to Cunha. Or he can pass to Ahmad. He has options. Don't know about the Dogu one because Dogu's a bit, doesn't want the ball as much, yeah? He actually has a wealth of options. If my job, win the ball back and pass to the great players, it's easier. It's easier. I'm just saying that actually works in a world. Now, I could be wrong because I don't know. I'm not a coach. I just think maybe. That's all.
Okay, I've heard you out. I hear you. I 100% disagree. And you know my feelings on the 6. I think he's too limited in that role. He doesn't. What we've done in true Man United fashion. I'll be honest, because again, what people say is, "Oh yeah, everyone just wanted someone who could like actually make tackles, and now we've got it. Everyone's trying to cuss him out." That's too nuanced. It's too basic. What we've done in true Man United fashion is gone and got someone who is very, very limited in all other aspects apart from one, which also is not good. Next to somebody like a Bruno, next to somebody like Kobe Mainoo, or next to somebody like Casemiro. Those midfield 2 in this Ruben Amorim system, they have to be able to play ball, bro. They have to be able to play ball. They have to be able to move the ball through the thirds. They have to also be able to get around the pitch. They also have to like be brave on the ball. Ugarte is not that. We've seen it many, many times. He has grit and determination, yes.
He can't get better.
With a bit of
get better.
Huh?
You can't improve. You can't be coached. You can't get better.
Not at that role, no. Not for me, no. I think he's going to be... I think the team can... Listen, if there's smaller spaces, yes, I get that. Like, you know, there's better players ahead of him, yes. But you have to have like a... To be a wicked 6, in my opinion, I ain't a football scholar, you have to have a knack and a natural, like, want and willingness to be like, my first pass is forward. Because you have to see things quick. You can't always teach that. I don't look at him and see him as that type of player. I see him as like an ugly player, which has a role that can kick people, get after people with time and space. He can switch it. He can switch it.
Be wrong.
It's football, of course there is. There's always a world, but I don't believe I'm wrong. I think we'll see the same things unless we get 6. Huh?
Yeah. Does he score a lot of goals now? No. Because Zexi scored more goals for Man United. I'm saying for like Zexi, could he score more goals? Yes. Can he do it right now? No. Can he improve? Absolutely. I don't understand why Ugarte is young enough.
He's a forward player. Ugarte.
No, but I don't understand how he's young enough to improve, is what I'm saying. With the right situations around him, why can he not?
You know why? Do you know why I think not? Do you know why I think not? Because of the partners that we're talking about. So being next to somebody like Bruno, for me, he's not a natural to play that deep. He's good enough to adapt, but he's not a natural there. But we can make it work with the good players that we've got. But the guy next to him has to be almost a flawless 6, in my opinion, bro. Like the Casemiro, the Kobe, that's not going to work there. It's not.
I don't know, man. Because I don't know. I feel like when you change the situation of the team and with the certain players you can put in, I don't think it's cut and dry as how we're saying it. I think there could be a space in this team for a guy. I think he can improve. I think he's not the worst. He's not the greatest passer on the ball, but he's not the worst. He acting like he can't do nothing. Acting like he honestly can't do nothing.
He's very limited, bro. If we need to, do you know what it is? Yeah, I think when I say this, people go, well, obviously you can't go and buy Vitinha. Like, but I'm gonna say it for principle. Yeah. Look at not even him, even someone like Adam Wharton, even someone like Belieber, even fucking what's his name passes the ball better than him. Will flipping Hughes passes forward. Like, bro, I'm just saying, we need technical players in that area who can do a little bit of everything. I don't believe Ugarte is that guy. I'm saying he has a role in the team, like he can come in and out, but I'm saying if we don't get a thoroughbred 6, maybe Will Hughes, I'm just being a bit extra, but you get my sentiment. If we don't get a thoroughbred 6 who's really good on the ball and can progress the ball quickly, left foot, right foot, half turn, first time, I just feel like, I think
you need a team. I think you need a team that has a lot of.
And I've always thought this.
But I feel like you need a team that has a lot of just different types of profiles.
But that's why I said he's got a role within the squad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even if he becomes a squad player, we talk like he's just absolute garbage. I think that's the wrong way to look at things. In a team, you've had your Scholes, you've had your Roy Keanes, you've had your...
It's just limited.
You've had your... Yeah, but I'm saying in teams like you've had your Tom Cleverleys amongst good players, and it works, is what I'm saying. And now I'm not saying now we're going to go and title charge or none of that stuff, but you just have different profiles in the team. I get some people just want total tech, and you're looking at that the PSG situation, they're gonna be an outlier. They're the best team in Europe right now. We're literally saying, why are we not like the best team in Europe that smashed everybody? Well, the Brian Ruiz, Vitinha, and that other the young kid that went to came from Benfica there.
Charles Neves.
Yeah, but then how many teams are like them? There's not many. They're the
That's
best.
why I'm saying no, but that's why I'm saying that's why I didn't even really want to mention Vitinha, because the obvious thing is the pivot to, oh, that's like saying Garnacho's not Lamine. You might like that's just the best of the best. Okay, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is most good teams have players who can pass through the. Let's go through them if we want the evidence. Let's go through them. Like, look at Arsenal. Like you look at Thomas Partey. They have at least one who can progress the ball through the thirds. He can either take the ball through the thirds or pass the ball through the thirds. Declan Rice isn't the best number 6 going, because that's what he probably lacks in, but he can do it a little bit. But they got at least one. We don't have any. You look at Liverpool. They have that now in Gravenberch. They have that in McAllister if he wants to play there. They've got options, yeah. You look at Man City. No point even, it's Rodri. So again, you're going to say that's the best of the best. Look at Newcastle United. Tonali can do it, but he's also can do the other side of the game. Joe Linton, they turned him into that, but he's proved he can do that. But look at Bruno Guimaraes as well. Can take the ball either side, progress the ball. Xander Berg at Fulham, who remember when he was at Burnley, everyone was like,
between Xander Berg and Burnley. Remember,
there you go.
Xander Berg and Newcastle. That's where
and a lot of I talk about football scholars. A lot of people stated why Xander Berg would be a better option because he can pass. Look at Villa. They said they've got a Tillemans who can sit there. Even Onana, he's not the best with his feet, because I was thinking don't buy him from Everton because I'm not sure he can do that. But Kamara can do it as well. Like, you look at all the other midfields, bro. There's a common theme that ours doesn't have. Guys who want to take the ball.
Oh, we don't play. I hear what you're saying, but I just feel that we don't play like we're set up like none of the other teams.
So there's exactly that, bro. So them man play a 3 usually, or a 6 and 2 8s. We play with just 2 in there. So even more so. That's my
we had shit ones though. We've had man that can't do the job. Is
right.
What I'm saying.
And I'm saying Ugarte.
But now you're adding 3 guys in the mid. Just imagine you're 3 in the 4. Yeah, you're 3 in the midfield 4. However you can, is there the midfield, right? And I'm saying 3 of you lot can play, and I'm the destroyer, win the ball back and pass it. Why? What's so wrong with that? We haven't had the holes. We haven't been getting run through. I think he actually gave us some cover that we didn't have. In the Ten Hag time, it was a polo. People were coming through, cutting through us.
Yeah, but the reason why that is because, let's be honest, we've got 5 defenders on the pitch. Like, we play with 5.
No, but he played his. You have to understand, he was playing his part in that flex. Like, this is the thing. When we shit on a player, I get. I mean, this is not me super Ugarte defense mode, but I'm like, there's stuff that he provides to this team that we can use. That's it. Like, I get this. I agree with that. I mean, what we do on players, we always focus on the bad thing that what they're not good at. But there's something that they're really good at that we need. And we just act like everyone, Bruno kills everything, he loses the ball all the time, but he creates all the goals. He's the one he's the person that, so you can't now, the thing that you hit him down with and say, this is the shittest part of you, but then we get that from that side of your game. Can we get better and as a team, so then other people are doing their jobs, so I don't look as bad? Yes, we can.
Yeah, you can mask. I agree with that. I'm not saying that you can't get other things around him that basically mask the things he can't do. That's the job of a manager. And I'm still saying, like I say, you can have a role within the team. At certain games, like you said, when we was away at City and away at Liverpool, you needed someone like Ugarte. When we was away at bloody Sociedad and all them teams, them difficult teams, even though he had a tough time first 20 minutes, then he locked down. So I get that. But I still think if you're trying to play on the front foot like we are and you're trying to improve in that area, there's still only so far you can go if you've got a player with too many limitations, in my opinion, in that area of the field. And also it's about, for me, the partnerships. Like you say, it's about what players go with what players. Right now, with what we've got, it doesn't fit for me. If it Casemiro Ugarte, Bruno Ugarte, Bruno Casemiro, it's not good enough. It's not. even with Mbeumo and thing ahead of that, I still think that area will get exposed. I just want to see someone in there who's just more comfortable on the ball, who wants to play forward a little bit more, personally. But the good thing about this is that we're going to see, because you think like
he's got to figure it out.
Yeah, he's got to work it out.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if this guy doesn't improve and impress next season in Gatti with the likes of better players and everyone's doing their jobs. And we score goals. We can score goals, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Because there's so much things where the top end of the picture wasn't working. A little bit more when people were saying there's more quotes. Laurie Whitwell's put them. He says, it was my wife who asked me. She put my professional priorities ahead of everything. I want to stay at the highest level, play in big competitions. I feel capable. I'm still very passionate about this sport. I'm happy with my decision. So there you go. He said why. He said why, which you can push back and say, bloody idiot, like he's not even playing in the top level. Man's got 1 game a week. But what he's saying is by staying in Europe, I believe at Man United, we can get back into the Champions League. We can turn things around. And I still want to operate at this level rather than going to Saudi now. No disrespect to the Saudi league, because it's up and coming and there's loads happening there. But he doesn't feel that at this point of his career, I say, quote, it was my wife who asked me. She put my professional priorities ahead of everything. So he's saying she's putting the school, the kids, the yard. Babe, what are you on? How high a level do you want to play?
That's a good wife, you know.
That's basically, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good wife.
Yeah. Whereas what Books is doing the whole, listen, I don't care what Al Hilal view, like, I don't care what.
Books are different. We're not, I don't want to say we're different because we're not in that. But actually, don't get twisted. When I did say I was going to quit my job and do this, she said it's time. She told me to quit earlier. She said you need to forget about everything else you're doing. You have to put yourself first now.
You better get to work.
Yeah, so that's a good wife.
So, yeah, it's a good
wife. I ain't gonna lie, it's a good wife.
A little bit more as well. Just only if I truly. The president a month ago, I spoke with Mr. Ruben Amorim, who really tried to talk me out. Oh, there's a little bit more here. So I think it's the same thing though. The president of Al Hilal called me a month ago to ask. I spoke with Mr. Ruben Amorim, who really tried to talk me out of it. I spoke with the club, which wasn't willing to sell, only if I truly wanted to leave. So there's a translation there, Laurie saying. Al Hilal are now expected to push for Victor Osimhen, Laurie saying. Yeah.
Remember I said Tillemans wasn't a good enough name.
Of course not. After being turned down by Bruno Fernandes, more money to offer in wages now. So yeah, they're going to go big for him. Oh, hold on as well. Man United are also, it's all very big to. And this is another thing Bruno's coming. He's come and been outspoken to just squash it so we can carry on, because Man United have also put out our skipper and put the quotes of what he says. It would have been easy to move here to Al Hilal. I know the Portuguese players there very well, but I want to play at the highest level and compete for major titles. I can do that, and I still want to. He also says, I spoke to the coach, to Coach Amorim. He asked me not to go. Manchester United didn't want to sell me. So Man United main account have also posted that with pictures of Bruno saying our skipper with the salute. So this is put to bed now. We need to stop talking about it.
Dead.
It's
Jake
one of those.
Saying he's Amorim out because he took Bruno into staying. I'm dead.
and then there's that as well. This clown, he was going to leave. All you had to do is say yes, leave the football club, and now you made him stay. You're an even bigger clown.
You can see his quality. Bruno potentially is going to be able to play with the likes of Cunha, Mbeumo, and the gunman. Goncalo Ramos, you're saying. Do you want him?
Yeah, no, I don't want him, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Not at all.
I don't want him, no.
Bring me Mateta first.
Yeah, I would rather Mateta over him. You're not going to like this, but we just got a man from PSG where they're like, nah, I don't really fit into our thing. You have him for peace. And it's like, it's kind of limited still. So I don't know if I'm basing off the wrong thing because of the Ugarts thing. You won't believe that because fair play, you believe in the Ugarts thing. You just probably don't rate Ramos instead. But I'm also very hesitant we just went to PSG. They got what they basically paid for him off us, and finance the Neves deal. I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to go back there and take someone else you don't want as well. Thank you. No, rather Mateta. You
see what Scholes said about Rasmus Højlund? Said the same thing I echoed yesterday.
What did he say?
Said it's
Scholes.
a disgrace, on the overlap. He said him leading the line, 21 years old, is a joke at Manchester United. He has to be able to sit out and sit on the bench and watch. That's what your manager does. It gets worse and worse. It goes, I don't think he's a bad striker. I think if he's learning from the likes of Ostermans, this, that, and the other, you know, sit on the bench, watch, get the hunger. It helps the player. And him doing that, Man United should have 3 forwards. This is what you're saying.
Ones. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 3 forwards, and he could be a part of that. But the fact of the matter is, it's ridiculous. And I've been saying that for the longest time as well. And you got to be careful not to get to the next player. The next striker, we need more than one striker.
Yeah, definitely. We do. I think, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Larry, can we okay, so shout out Larry says, I think we need a progressive passer / carrier, someone good in build up so Bruno doesn't have to drop really deep. The person obviously needs to be good in duels too. Okay, that's what we were just talking about. Marcus Hodges says, KG, I'm here again today. Just so you can see me commenting.
Big up, Mark. Hey, big up, Marcus. Come on.
Big up, Marcus. Brian says, Bruno just bought out the financial analysts, advisors that Ratcliffe can use right now. Our biggest problem is offloading the deadwood we have. And JP says, I don't believe he is. JP says, more signings incoming. Minister of Enjoyment, Intercontinental. Larry says, KG, is this where we disagree? We need a volume / progressive passer. Bruno will have too much to do if he's partnered with Ugarte. We need better. And Max says, KG is somewhat right. Kobe is inherently good at passing the ball, but because there's no cohesion, even if he loses the ball a lot in this system. And Blaine says, Carlos Baleba at Brighton or Amadou Onana at Villa would be 2 shouts for the 6. Can pass, travel with it, physical and engine. Thoughts? I agree, man. This Baleba, you know my thoughts.
You need mentality, but they have to have mentality, bro.
Of course.
Some people can't play. Some people can't wear the shirt of this club.
I agree. With what I've seen with Baleba, I think he can.
Anyone's a Man United player. That's the fact.
Of course. D Witness says, lads, from a financial perspective, does Sancho return and ruin the Mbeumo deal? Someone talk to me, please. Also, Ugarte is enough at what he does. First part of your question, I don't believe he does. I don't believe Sancho does ruin the Mbeumo deal at all. And Ugarte is enough at what he does. So you agree with KG on that one, D. Hardit says 2 years back, KG wanted United to sign Mbeumo. IG Flex was also there in the video. Everyone laughed. No one's laughing now. KG the visionary. Mbeumo's.
I like this player, man. He's good, you know.
Mbeumo's wicked. Larry says, KG before the show, read Amorim September 21st interview. I can DM the link. He spoke about Højlund and Ugarte and the differences, and suggested he's moving away from DMs like Ugarte and Paulinho. Hulaman, sorry, that's the other guy, isn't it? Who plays for Thing. Blaine says, we do need a more dynamic midfielder to sit in that double pivot with Bruno. It would allow us to use Menu more. His one drawback is mobility, hence a Baleba, Onana-like profile. And MA, been a member for 8 months, says, what will it take for KG to say title charge in this transfer window? We're doing it.
As much as we're saying all this stuff, yeah, remember when we're saying that a goalkeeper's most important thing?
What do you think? It's gone down now?
Remember the people used to say, it's how they play their feet. You're too old school. Yeah. Keep the ball out of the net. Yeah. We got into this phase now there's new flavors of the month in it. I saw Edison, now it's Baleba, I'm seeing teams with Baleba in it. That's been the massive thing from a lot of people right now. We did it with managers. We've done it with goalkeepers. We were sure before Onana kicked a ball on that Champions League, and we watched him play, and Pep gassed us as well. We all believed Onana was the future. Sometimes the future ain't the future, and then people go back to what they were originally saying of, I just need someone that does this. So it's like you add these things, say, I need him to do this, and this, and then you realize, no, I just need this done.
Yes, and you got to get a balance of that.
It's a balance of.
You got to get a balance.
I don't want.
Because at the same time, then you can say, then you would never you'd always look for the basic and you'd never go for the higher thing because you go, oh, you might not be able to do it, so let me just stick with that.
Yeah, so then after
Like,
you go back
necessarily, you go
keep the ball out the net. Keep
yeah,
the ball
but
out the net.
replacing but both. But why can't you have both?
I
Why can't
hear
you?
it,
There's
but you
enough.
have to
If
find
your recruitment's
players.
right, bro, you can get a keeper who can keep the
Finding
ball
it.
out the net who's also good with his feet. The
Finding
problem
it,
wasn't
aye.
replacing David De Gea.
But
It was
then,
the
you know, I'll
problem
go
was
for it.
replacing him
You know,
with
I'll go
Onana,
for it.
bro.
I will go for keep the ball at the net than playing with your feet. More.
Of course, but what I'm
As
saying
the
is,
first thing, as a first.
also is the first thing. It should be. It's like a striker. Don't go for just a great touch and think. Go for the one who can score the fucking goals.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying central midfield has never not been this. A good
No,
central
we've done
midfield
this
has always been able
I'm
to do
saying
these
that as
things.
in all the people that tell you that, like, you know, we've done this with managers and stuff of why we should do
Yeah,
this.
I hear that.
But
The profile of a central midfielder is, to me, I just think the new age football has. I'm old school, me. Shout out Laurie. It's just, bro. The game's simple, bro. A midfielder is meant to be able to pass, shoot, tackle, run. That's how I see it, and especially now, I'm just like that profile is still exists and it's still a thing. It's not one or the other. That profile is there. You can do a bit of everything, and I'm like, go and get that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that will hurt us. Like, you know, obviously
we
don't
can
go
go
and
look for
replace.
that though. I think we can go and look for that. I think we can go look for that without diminishing who Ugarte is as a player. I think we just kill him, and that's another player that I don't know. It's another player that we just decided to hate, basically. And there's always going to be one, but I feel like he might be the new one. So, why is he in the team? He might end up getting McTominay tags. Oh, why is he there for? Like, it might be that. And yeah, that'll be unfortunate.
Again, in a midfield three, like I say, Kobe in a midfield three would be fine. I think if you had two guys that are quite good on the ball and you had Ugarte running around just behind them, just giving that steal and kicking people and getting the ball back, and that you say give it to, I think it can work. But I'm telling you, bro, in my opinion, I can't unsee that this partnership is not right. Bruno and Ugarte, no. Bruno and Casemiro, no. Casemiro and Bruno, no. Casemiro and Ugarte, no. Casemiro and Kobe, no. Bruno and Kobe just in there, hell no. Ugarte and Kobe in there. It's not, for me, that's a big problem. I think it's a lot bigger problem than we're talking about personally. That's how I feel about it. I feel this is one of the priorities is to get this type of midfielder.
Is it more important than a goalkeeper and a striker?
Not more important than a striker. Well, you know what?
I don't think it's more important than a goalkeeper.
You know what? If you said to me now,
yeah.
If you said to me now I could get a wicked six, but you say that Xerxes got to be my main striker because you got Mbeumo and Thing behind, I think that's a better trade-off to do than not get a wicked six and have Ugarte and
is more important than a striker.
No, I'm saying if you offered me a wicked six, yeah, but like you said, but if you could get the wicked six, we can't afford to go and get like Osimhen and all that. As you can see, he's going Thing. What can we do? You're gonna have to have Xerxes, but with Mbeumo and Cunha, but they can play up front.
I don't mind that. I think that's actually quite.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But I still want a striker.
And a wicked six who can actually feed them, bro. Will be much better. Trust me. We'll be much better, bro. Trust me. We'll be better with. We'll be better.
Wait, is the 6 more important than a goalkeeper?
Listen to me.
The 6 more important than Onana? I just want to know what we're saying.
I'm telling you what I'm saying.
Is it more important than Onana?
Are you gonna let me say?
Go on, see. Yeah, sure.
You'll be better off with Xerxes as the false 9, with Mbeumo and Cunha in behind, with a wicked 6.
And Onana in goal.
No, we still have to address that. You have to get something cheap. You have to.
I just wanted to know how far it was getting. I wanted to know.
No.
I was going to say,
honestly, I think we're undercooking how good it is, how important it is to have like a Michael Carrick man in there. If we obviously like, I know Fergie days, whatever. If we had a Michael Carrick in there now, that type of man.
Hey, wicked 6, yeah. Just because our manager doesn't really, he kind of favors Rasmus sometimes. Wicked 6. Rasmus Højlund, Mbeumo and them, man.
Is Xerxes still there? Is he still at the club?
He's not starting. He's Rasmus has been.
Yeah, but he's at the club.
No, but you know how you just
he's at the club.
Use this Rasmus.
KG, guess what? I'll give you one because I know KG. I know where you're trying to. I know you're trying to back me into that
just
wall.
wanna
So I'll
see
give you it.
where-
I'll give you it. I'll give you it. I'll give you a line. I'm going to give you your line. You know how Ruben says you want headlines? I'll give you one. I'm going to give you your line. Here's one for you. If you said to me, Flex, it's too hard to shift Rasmus. I'm not going to lie to you. We have to keep Rasmus and Xerxes as the number 9 options. But I'm going to go and get you a wicked blood clot 6 though. And you got Mbeumo and Thing. I'd say yes. I'd say yes.
Oh, so a 6 is your
We'll
number
be better
1.
off.
A 6 is
need
your
it, bro.
number 1 planning.
We need it.
Wow.
We need it, bro.
In the space of Rasmus staying 6 first.
If you gave me that, listen, Xerxes has to be here. But I'm saying, if you said to me, because of who, like, we can't get Gyökeres, it's unrealistic. We can't get Thing. Mateta said he don't want to come. Listen, I want a striker. But I'm saying, if you said to me, we just have to keep them 2 where Rasmus ain't the main guy and Xerxes is going to be the main guy, but you got Mbeumo and Cunha who can also get goals or play in the 9, shuffle around, do what you want to do up there because you got good players, and we're going to get a bad boy 6. I'm taking it, bro.
Okay.
I'm taking it, bro.
I didn't realize that that was more important than a striker.
Well, when you
right.
know, because you're,
I hear it. No, I hear it. I didn't know that. I'm glad to see how you see it. I feel way differently.
And you know the only reason why I say that now is only because of them 2 we just got. Well, I say,
bro, I want strikers, bro.
I hear you, but you're not thinking about the progression to actually get there.
I know what you're saying. I want strike, bro. The fact that there's one.
You got Mbeumo, bro. Cunha, bro. This is 2. Like, if it was just Cunha, I'd be like, yeah, man, no, go get straight. Bro.
Not enough. And I rate them 2, bro. I love this.
And you got Ahmad right wing back.
Not enough. I want a striker.
No, I do want to. No,
I want a striker. I want a
striker
striker more than like these 2 positions. Give me a goal. If Emi Martinez, said I'm going Man United, I'd lose it because now I know the Onana drama is finished. I move into my striker, and I'm ready. If I don't get the 6, I'll do that. If I'm
not angry. Yeah, I'm not angry that if we get a striker, I want a striker. If we get Mateta, I'll be over the moon. But I'm just saying, let's run a poll.
That's a wicked question. That's a too difficult question to answer.
Nah, that is too hard because they're both terrible.
Goalkeeper first. Goalkeeper first. Because already my front, that number 1 is so important, bro. I will take, bro. I can't believe that Ten Hag has come and he didn't even go collect one of his own, bro. Man bought Flecken, bro.
yeah, Flecken. Bought Flecken, bro. Man bought Flecken immediately. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I need to keep like yesterday. I need to keep it right now. I need to keep
the keeper thing.
Bro, do you see how he dived in a game? Do you remember the dive? Do you remember the dive in the Europa? Do you remember that? He jumped. And in backwards. Nah.
Well, what are you saying? It could have been Onana who helped get my man here, bro.
Oh, no. I don't give a crap.
Why can't I do it? What's going on? The poll button's not working, guys. Oh, because there's already one there. Didn't realize that. Hold on, wait a minute.
No. You've done too much to me, bro.
Start a poll. What's more important?
You're never going to get away with this. You're never going to get away with what you've done. I wouldn't mind Onana staying and then we have a number 1 proper. Are you with me?
Yeah, I hear that. A striker. I hear that.
Bro, when you looked at, you've never seen this in live. Schmeichels, you saw Schmeichel, bro. And you were trying to understand Onana and he couldn't understand it. Like he's the
No. Schmeichel told me straight, bro. And he said it in a professional way. I said, Peter, what do you think of Andre Onana? Well, Flex, I'd say it like this. He's got a lot to prove. That's what he said to me. That was in year 1. That was in year 1, bro.
And he carried on.
Fucking hell. You know what I mean? Yeah. But everyone agrees with you, though. 65% saying a striker is more important than a proper 6. 35%. 35% say.
One day we need to address minus goal difference. Next season, that's what I'm looking for.
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I'm just the same way how you started doing the goalkeeper is just as important as the striker. I think what I'm really saying is that we need to stop underestimating the 6. It's as important to me as the other 2 positions. I think that's what I'm really saying. And really, if you back me into a corner or held a gun to my head, I'd probably still say like I said, if you give me Xerxes and Mbeumo and Cunha and Bruno as attack up that side, still got Mason Mount, still got Cobby, you can play in 10s. You've got stuff going up there, yeah. Give me a 6, man. Give me a 6. But I hear it. Fair enough. Leo says it goals are more crucial than a 6 right now. Agree with KG on Onana. Yeah, he's done.
He broke everyone. He broke everybody. He broke everyone, bro. And if the only good thing he's done for us is bring in Mbeumo, thank you so much, Onana.
Yeah, Agent Onana. Let me get these super chats read out and we'll wrap up the show. Hold on, wait a minute, because there's loads.
The likes are terrible. You lot do better.
Yeah, and we didn't ask for any. Actually, we've had nearly 2.5K watching live the whole time as well. So I don't even want to say 1K now because you're not going to make it in time. But please do hit the like button now if you can. Blaine says we need a more dynamic midfield. I read that one. MA. Right.
I'm going live as well after this.
There you go. Cool Jiro says Bruno isn't a 10 or a 6. He does not fit the system. We don't play 8s. I promise you he will be an issue this season. Listen, he's going to do exactly the same thing. So you can't cuss him because what's going to happen is he'll do the Bruno, like when he spams it sometimes, kick it out, arms. There goes, see, told you. But he's going to do the same. He's going to do the same things that he was doing.
Yeah, but no, he might be better with better players.
Oh no, I'm just saying the people that wait for him to fail, they're going to wait for them bad games and say, see. But Bruno's done the same thing in this as he was doing in the 4-2-3-1, bro. The 4-3-3, the 4-4-2. It's the same. Ooh. Larry says, KG, huh?
I was gonna say transfer people to my channel at the end of this. You know how to do that? You're like me, you don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do that. Owen, if you're watching.
Oh my god! He doesn't know how to do it.
Wait there. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Comments.
Allow it flex.
Distribution. No,
allow it flex. Allow it.
Nah, but I want to do that. I want to do that.
I want to YouTube in as well.
Where is it? It's just got to be a quick button. Someone put it in the chat because it's easy.
It's not that easy.
I'm in YouTube Studios, bro. Customization. Hold on, wait a minute. Redirect. Shut your mouth, bro. Shut up.
Where? How did you find it?
Shut up. Now, shut up, man. Move, man. Search from other channels. Move, KG Reckless Sports. Shut up. Have you got your thing on?
Yeah, the video's there. It's there. I hope they've done it.
Bro. Yeah, see.
There's no way they didn't.
KG.
I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
Studio, yeah.
Yeah. KG, what is it? KG Reckless Sports.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done, Fleck.
How does this team line up with Bruno?
Yeah.
There you go. Shut up, all of you. Shut up. Shut up. I don't even want to press save now. Move, man. Nah, because do you know what? No, I'm not even redirecting for that. Nah.
Why are you being out of order?
That's bad, man. Change is saved. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Telling me you don't need to do that.
I need to learn that. I'm going to redirect to somebody else after my show.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate. Where are you going to find it, mate? Fucking where's the button? Larry says, KG, the fact that Onana flopped doesn't mean we never needed a new goalkeeper. City, Arsenal, and Liverpool made multiple changes till they got what they wanted. That's true. Bro, a year and a half later, they were on from Aaron Ramsdale, bro.
We ain't got multiple P's, bro. We ain't got
more.
multiple.
You got to keep going through till you get the right one. Larry says every central midfielder should be able to pass, barest minimum. Facts. Manchukushina says either of you doing Club World Cup watch-alongs? Yep. I'll be doing some of them for sure.
Oh, yeah.
KG, you doing some? Them
Absolutely.
Big games?
Absolutely.
There you go. So check in. The content's going to be there, people. Larry G says, we are not the only fan base or club that said Ugarte can't pass. He left PSG after one season for that reason. And Larry says, I'd take Wharton over Mateta. I know it's an unpopular opinion. My priority is a new goalkeeper, Wharton, then striker. There you go. See? He's saying new goalkeeper, then the sixth, then the striker, bro. With what we're getting. There you go. Whereas Wally says, would you rather play as a striker, Rashford? Oh, who would you rather play as striker, Rashford or Højlund?
None of them.
Rashford, though.
None of them.
None of them, but Rashford.
You just
Uncle Sommer says Mbeumo and Cunha aren't threats in the box. In the box. And Larry says, Flex, I agree with you. Our midfield is all over the place. We can't get the ball to attacking positions and keep losing possession in build-up. That doesn't allow us to consistently sustain pressure. I agree with you. You agree with me, Larry? Daniel says, Vincent Abubakar is a free agent. Make the move. Is he? Okay,
We was talking about him seasons ago when it was the West Coast
yeah,
time.
Abubakar, I remember that. Yeah, he never just nothing. Lemon Delay becomes the latest UV member. Big up to you, my bro. Shahaj says the difference in the decisions of Bruno and Sancho shows us the type of players we need to recruit. One chasing a promising season over financial incentives, and the other chose the latter. Shogun says, Flex, we do not need a bad boy central defense midfielder. We need a killer striker and a beast goalkeeper like Vanja. Get me the Serbian monster now. Telling you, we need a bad boy central midfielder as well, bro. Seriously, is what I think. As well as the other two things you said, by the way. I'm not saying we don't need them. Dan says, I'm fed up with keeping players every season that don't want to be here. Finally, a player, Bruno, the team can get behind and gets and loves the club, loves the club. And Phil Johnson says, we haven't signed Mbeumo yet. We are at the same stage as we've been with Brentford last year. If Brentford wants stupid money, I can see us walking away. Little bit of a context on that, yeah, because if Brentford try it, because they're saying, nah, mate, he's in the same thing as Cunha, you better give us 62 million as well, again. But
didn't the club really see him like that, though? Like a Cunha?
No, yeah, Brentford do, not us. He's got a year left on his deal, bro, and he's already said he wants to come to us. So Brentford, like, we need to try not to pay too much, because, you know, the whole reason why I was looking at the Brem thing straight away was, remember that show, and I went, guys, Mbeumo's there for probably a light 50, you know? Like, he's only got 1 year left. He's more attainable, and he's, come on, man. And
we'll figure that one out, man. There's no way we can 50 walk away.
I'll make it work. I think, Nathan
got
Salt.
60 for him. I got to 60 for him, easy.
I think if that's the sticking point, you do it in add-ons and you find a way. You find a way. He's too good. He's too good. 50 or walk away, LOL, says the rapper. 45 with add-ons. Yeah, man, just let them give some add-ons or something. Man.
I'd pay 60, you know what I mean? Bro. 20 goals. Yeah. We need a player like that. Allow it.
Yeah, I hear it. All right, guys, big up, man. Smash a like on the way out. We've got 800 likes, so big up to you. I've put the redirect on, mate, because it's what I do. So, yeah, that's the only thought I can do it. KG won't be able to redirect after because he doesn't know where it is. So, big up to each and every single one of you, man. We're out of here. Tomorrow morning, Owen's going to be on the transfer view as well. And, yeah, I won't be on it. But, yeah, big up to you guys. Tune in tomorrow. We are out of here. Take care. Peace.